guys, welcome to the Mom Voice. This is Lauren and Sarah with episode 73.
Okay, Lauren, I have a question for you. Is it weird that every single time I'm vacuuming, I mistakenly think my phone is ringing? I can hear my phone ringing every single time I'm vacuuming.
Is it a ring or a vibration?
It's a ring. It's like a brrr, brrr. I can hear it as I'm vacuuming.
And then you turn it off and it's not?
There's no phone call. But it's legit there is a phone ringing when I have the vacuum
in your vacuum,
on.
no less.
Yes.
That's weird.
What's even weirder is it's been going on for years. Literally.
Different brands of vacuums?
Different brands of vacuums. Since I had Kate, it's like a thing. Every single time I go to vacuum, I hear a bell ringing. Is that weird?
Your vacuum is haunted. That is weird.
It's gone with me to 3 different houses now.
And
it's happened at 3 different houses.
That's crazy. I'm going to have to pay attention now when I vacuum, what I'm hearing.
It's really
It's that
weird.
humming. That's why I thought maybe a vibration.
No.
You could think something's the phone's vibrating.
Because I have the old school ringer on my phone. The
yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
So
I hear it's faint and distant, like it's in the other room, but I hear it.
Maybe it triggers something in your eardrums that has a weird pitch.
It's creepy. I have a ghost in my house. Okay, this episode is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it totally is.
I'm so excited. We are going to be talking about the top 20 things that we are teaching our daughters.
Well, and this is definitely fun because we both just have one daughter.
Yes.
And they are best friends like us, and they're just
we're not married. They're not our daughters in the sense that we're a gay couple.
Wait, what did I say?
No.
What did I say?
I just thought
We both have a daughter?
How I introduced it. I was like, wait a minute. Maybe they think when I said what we're teaching
stop.
our daughters.
Of course, no, they're our daughters. The next generation of women.
Yes.
The daughters of tomorrow.
Yes.
No, daughters.
But we do each have a daughter.
Yeah, and just one of them. So they're kind of on their own with all these boys.
And they're besties, and it's cute.
Yeah, it's so cute. They're so fun.
And funny enough about our daughters, I think I've said this before. I know I've said it to you off the mic, but Evelyn's personality is a little bit like me.
Yeah.
And my Kate is a little bit like you.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
So funny.
Well, and it's so funny, you guys, because they want to be on the podcast so bad. And we've debated. We even actually
let's be
tried.
honest.
The first 6 months we did this, we did a trial and error once or twice.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't vibing right.
It was an epic fail. It was one of those things where they were so excited and they were talkative, but once we hit the button, they clammed up.
And they were awkward and weird.
And giggly.
Oh, you guys, I've debated about posting the many videos that they do on my, Evelyn is / obsessed with YouTube and having her own channel / mom has a podcast called The Mom Voice. It's this weird accumulation of her own
Life,
video world
reality.
and reality show on my phone. And it's hilarious.
I know, it's so funny, but we do need to try and get them on. But we had to cut them. We were sorry.
We had to cut them early
Sorry,
on.
girls.
You guys didn't make the cut. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, before we get going, I just want to take a moment and remind everybody to please make sure you are subscribed to the show. We have so much good content, good guests coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah,
really.
we still have a good few interviews coming on. We're excited.
Yeah. And so make sure you're subscribed. Push the pause button, jump over, hit the button, come right back because we have a great show. And then if you haven't yet, please leave us a rating and a review. We really appreciate it. It really is the only way we're able to grow, and we are just so grateful for every single one. Okay, let's jump right in, girl. We are talking the top 20 things we are teaching our daughters.
Yes.
Some of them might be a little funnier than others, but they're all serious.
Yeah, no, they're all important messages.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Are you going first or am I?
I think
I don't remember.
you
Am
are.
I going first?
I think you are.
I'm going first. Okay. Number 1, it's not the quantity of friends that matter, it's the quality.
Yeah. And I think we even actually recently just said this on a podcast too.
Yeah.
And we were kind of talking about too how in college it's exciting because you get to kind of pick your friends, whereas where you grow up in elementary and high, it's just kind of who you live with, who you live around, who you go to, your neighborhood.
Yes.
But when you get into high school or college, or young adult years, you really get to hand pick the people you want to spend your time with.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, dare I say, as you get a little bit older, and especially with kids, I feel like you're able, when your kids are really young or when you're kind of single, married, whatever, without children, you can kind of manage a lot of friendships.
Oh, absolutely.
You can have
like
a
live for the
time.
girls' nights because you're in the baby stage, but you can still manage to like get away. Bedtime's like happening and you're like free and you can go.
Oh my gosh, totally. But I feel like as I've gotten a little bit older and my schedule's gotten tighter and the kids' schedules have gotten
There's
crazier.
more to do, more things, more places to be.
Yeah, I've literally found myself being like, okay, I feel like I can't give enough to everybody.
Right, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
You can't
like
keep
I'm
enough
being a
people
bad
happy.
friend.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and so
that's where the quantity over quality. Like I think as we're now in our mid 30s and we have a few kids, we really need the quality friend that you can rely on, that's dependable, that will make you laugh, that you have fun with, because you really have such limited social time in these years that when you're out or you have time to spend with a friend, like you want it to count and you want it to be withstanding, and they know what's going on with your good days or your bad days. You know what's the troubles with the kids or like the fun, crazy times with the husband, whatever it is, that you want them to be your confidant. And like, it doesn't matter if you have 10 of them. If you just have one or two good ones, that's really.
And dare I say, more importantly, like I just want my daughter to be the quality friend.
Yes.
I don't want her to be one of these girls who is just lightly friends with 50 different
kind of
people.
Floating around to everybody, floating the floater.
I do want her to like be a quality, like somebody her friend can count on and like be reliable. That's so important, and so needed as a woman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Number 2. When it comes to relationships, don't settle. Wait for the one that feels like home.
Oh my gosh. We have multiple stories we could share about this one. The one that springs to mind for me, and Lauren says I've talked about it a lot on here. I really don't think I have.
She's mentioned him like at least a time or so, but
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I swear I don't ever think about him.
But this is a valuable experience of your life, so you need to share
Maybe it's because it was my only prior
right. Your one prior relationship. Right, go ahead.
Maybe that's what it was. Like I dated around, but like it was the only like semi-serious
relationship that you considered going on to marriage, possibly.
Yeah. No, but when I think like I totally would have been settling had I was 21, and at the time you had not even met George, had you?
No. Yeah, we were a year or two out from that.
Yeah, we were, and so
maybe 3. It was a while ago.
Yeah, so I dated this guy for 8 months. It was so normal and comfortable and everything.
And he was a great guy. Nice guy.
He was a great
Cute guy.
He was from Texas, like on paper.
In dental school.
On paper, he checked all the boxes.
Right.
But there was just something eating away at me, like, this is boring.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of wanted a challenge in a weird way.
The passion wasn't there.
It wasn't in a weird way. And so I yes, broke his heart and broke my heart too. It really did. I mean, I cared about him.
It's a loss. It's so sad.
But I definitely look back on that like I would have been settling.
Right.
And I so don't want my daughter to settle.
Oh, totally.
Because let's be real, my husband and I, like we started off as friends at the beginning. It wasn't necessarily super easy right away at the beginning, but it's so worth it. Like, don't settle.
Right. Don't settle.
Number 3. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to get this right? We're like alternating and I'm being so stupid with this.
No, you're fine.
Number 3, don't gossip. Except with me because I love that stuff.
I know. So that's so cute.
And I think, yes, we don't want our kids to be those petty girls. But I do want her to be a little petty with me.
Well, yeah, you want her to be able to confide all the good and the bad into you. Hopefully, like to mom. Like, I hope so. I hope my daughter can feel like she can tell me anything. But yeah, gossiping, oh man, it's such like a slippery slope because I know we all do it and I can totally get caught up in the gossip, but like, it's just not productive.
Well,
it doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't make others.
Don't you feel like if someone will gossip with you, they will gossip about you?
Oh, I agree with that.
So like is
just
there don't be one of those people.
Right. Is there a trusting relationship there? If you can gossip together, what are they saying behind your
Even
back?
though you and I, like, let's be real. We maybe gossip a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, okay. I know. We'll just leave that there.
I love it. All right. The next one, number 4, is go with your gut. It is very rarely wrong.
Yes.
Tell me what you think about that, Lauren.
Oh,
do you have a story that springs to mind?
Yes. No, I know. We were trying to think of good examples. And yeah, I do as well. My relationship story, my prior relationship to even, it was Was it my last one before George?
Yeah,
but it was my most serious for sure prior to George. And yes, to the point we were going to get married, but it was rocky for a while. And again, it was just like Sarah said, it checked the boxes on paper. It was, this was what I'd been waiting for, right? All these things. But there's a connection there that was missing. And honestly,
and your gut was speaking to
my
you.
gut was telling me that. Like, I never felt totally at ease and settled and totally just confident in it.
Yeah.
I was forcing it. I was forcing it in my mind, in my heart. I was trying to make it work because, for multiple reasons.
You tried really hard not to listen to your gut for a while.
Yeah. I just thought, okay, I'm moving on. And I was coming from another relationship that was not the right one either. And so I was just trying to rationalize things in my mind. I didn't want the heartbreak and the disappointment to other people again. I didn't want because there's so much time lost too.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're in those like mid 20s, lower 20s years, you just think of like all the time you've spent in it and you're invested. You're like, no, make this work. But I knew in my gut, like it wasn't right. It wasn't like the long-term love, true love, passionate story that I wanted. It wasn't.
Right. And shortly thereafter, what happened?
Yeah, we broke it off.
You broke it off?
Well,
and you met George.
I met George. Yeah, totally. We broke it off. But no, not too shortly. I actually had like a full year, and that was probably one of my best years because I dated casually, but it was broken up November 2006, and I didn't meet George to Halloween.
Can we not put
2007.
the years in there,
I know.
please?
So it was a full year, but that year was like such a year for me. Like I went off and did things through the summer.
Welcome.
I graduated from college. I had fun with my friends. I had such a blast with my girlfriends. Like it was the year I needed, and then I was so ready to meet George.
Totally. Number 5. What's number 5?
Yes. Take responsibility for your actions and apologize when you're wrong.
Oh my gosh. Well, so many stories leap to mind for me on this one.
no one's perfect. There's a lot of mistakes to be
Oh my gosh. The
for.
one that most recently jumps to my mind is when I accidentally got my foot caught in my mouth over a Marco Polo chat with a friend.
I'm just laughing just because I know what she's talking about, but it was hard.
So
it was
brutal.
Yeah, it was
like
traumatic.
so brutal because it is kind of like sending the text that you can't unsend.
Because that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's like sending the text to the wrong person, to the person you're talking like it's about or something, which I did. And I mentioned this to you on our graduation night. Our one friend didn't come out with us, and we were like so bummed and disappointed. And I wasn't even in a bad text because I wasn't like mad. I was just more like sad, disappointed. And I was just like, oh, what? Yeah,
I don't
right.
remember this.
I said something about, right. She doesn't feel whatever. I sent it to her.
Oh no.
And I just felt so bad, like foot in my mouth type thing. And I was like, no. And we talked about it. It was fine, but it was just a stupid. I felt that minute of out of your heart just drops in that minute of mistake.
When this happened with me, and I know you did the same, I immediately owned up, and I was like apologetic and all the things. I knew I was in the wrong, and I totally owned it. So
you owned it today. When you put the cord in the banana basket.
Oh, yeah. I do. My husband.
Her husband couldn't find something, and she put it somewhere, and she's like, oh, yeah, I did. And there is. And daily experiences. You just got to admit when you're wrong.
Own your shit.
Yes,
that's what I say all the time.
Yes. And it makes life a lot easier when you can just own it.
Just own it.
Own it.
Number 6, repeat after me. I can accomplish anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I do more than, of course I want my boys to believe this, but I want my girl to believe this too.
Totally.
Because I don't know, I feel like my parents did such a good job at just making me feel like the world is mine. Mm-hmm. Like literally, I would not be sitting here doing this right now. I think if I didn't grow up with my parents, like just taking the chance or like just learning to figure it out and learn all the production stuff and all of that, they taught me that like,
go and get it.
If you want to do it, you hustle, you learn it, and you can do it. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? And that's the awesome thing about this country, which like pisses me off so much when people get down on it so much as they do. Like there is so much opportunity for people.
So much. The American dream. Totally.
Yes.
And I just have like little things along the way, but like, I agree that like, I never felt limited. I just never did. I'm not like much of a feminist or anything, but it's just like, I never felt like boys could do something I couldn't. I was just as capable. We both graduated from college. We both, went on to do jobs and opportunities. Like even my Disney experience, as like hokey as that is to most people, that was something like I just dreamed of doing since I was like 10, 11 years old. And I just was like, I've got to go do it. Even for, just the experience, even though it wasn't like a lifelong thing, I got to say I did it and I accomplished that. And I mean, yeah, most anything with like the effort and the dedication.
I totally agree.
Number 7, wear sunscreen and start taking care of your skin early.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Preach, girl.
Yes.
I feel like I'm feeling that one more this year than ever.
Oh, it just is crazy. And I probably would be right there with you. I bet I felt a year or two ago, I just like hit a wall. I'm like, dang, my skin is caught up with me. I've got to start taking care of it. And you just think it's like so great and so effortless for so many years. And then all of a sudden just stops.
Yeah, totally.
And so you just don't realize how good you have it until it's like kind of gone, and just treating it and taking care of it. I remember I'd tan and bake in the sun, even just like my whole body, but nonetheless my skin.
Just oil.
Nonetheless my skin. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, hide from the sun. Jeez.
I know. Well, and I crack up every time Evelyn's at my house and she puts sunscreen on. You guys, she layers it on. I don't know what you're preaching at your house.
I'm not doing anything.
Oh my gosh.
I did say to her, and maybe I'm just like messing her up, you guys. This is totally bad of me. Her brothers have lots of freckles. And so she's starting to get a little sun freckles on her nose. And I said, just keep lots of sunscreen on or your freckles come out like lots more.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I freaked her out. Oh my gosh. And she doesn't really have any. She just literally has a few like sun sprinkled on her nose. But I don't know if that's it or she's just like sunburn experience. I don't really know.
Oh, it was so funny. I do feel like my mother did a really good job at this. Like when I was 12, she took me to the Clinique counter and I got my 3-step face wash.
That's so cute.
That I've literally did all through junior high and all through high school. And I did the cleanser, the toner, and the moisturizer. And still to this day, I use that Clinique moisturizer every single day.
Yeah.
For 22 years, I've used it now.
That's amazing.
And my skin loves it, and I love it too. So take care of that skin, girls. Okay, number 8. I added this one because you guys, this is crucial. I said, number 8, download the Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill album and rock out alone in your car when you just need to scream it out.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, music is just so important. It's so important to me. And I feel like there have been so many times in my life where I've just hit my limit or I've been like so depressed or lonely when literally the only thing that has helped is getting in my car, driving around with music so loud and just screaming, crying, singing, all the things.
It's so liberating.
It's so
liberating.
It's like,
yes. Yeah. I love
can
that.
specifically remember one time when right after we graduated, you were with George. All of our friends, we had like all dispersed. I had moved home to Texas for like 2 or 3 months and I had not started my job yet. I can just remember driving through my little Texas town, feeling just so aimless and so lost and lonely. Mm-hmm. Like, Lauren's moving on. Everybody's moving on. I don't even have anybody. I wasn't dating anyone. And I can just remember literally crying in my Jeep that I drove.
Yes,
oh my gosh, but music is just so therapeutic. And I want my daughter to do that. And the Alanis album, more than any of them, when I need a good girl scream,
I know.
Go listen to Jagged Little Pill.
It's so good. I
All
know.
Right. What is number 9?
Yeah, number 9. Don't judge people unless you've walked a mile in their shoes.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, we don't even need to elaborate on that one. But yeah, you just want them to be kind.
Kind to everyone,
right?
And considerate to everyone and their different situations.
Oh, this is a good one. Number 10, learn how to say no.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I feel like that's one that I've only learned how to do probably in the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly.
Because you never want to like disappoint people or turn people away. But yeah, there's times where it's like if it's social or it's
church,
tasks or
school.
Yeah, exactly. School.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. You just sometimes have to think about you for a second.
Oh, well, I've even found it more that when there are so many things on my to-do list, and what I mean by that is like that I have needs in work, friends, school, church responsibilities, like all the things. My husband gets pushed to the very bottom of the list.
For sure.
I get pushed even lower than that.
Yep.
So like God forbid I take a moment to like tweeze my eyebrows or anything, like whatever.
Right.
And so I've really found in the past couple of years, just saying no to things is so wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? The world does not stop without you.
No,
they figure it out.
It's funny you say that, because just even 2 nights ago, I said no to like a dinner invite with some girls in my neighborhood. And I really like in my heart wanted to go because I hadn't seen people, but I said no. And I needed to say no. Like it was just a busy day, a busy night. George had a bad day, like all these things, like I didn't need to go. And and it was weird. Like I felt bad, but I knew like it was just nice to stay in and just.
And I mean, do you think those friendships suffered because you said no that one night?
No, not. Well, it's quarantine. This is a weird time. Right. I feel like I've seen nobody. So it kind of was like, the guilt of that. But no, absolutely. I just have to think about me right now. And like my sanity is just nuts with this quarantine too. So it's like, you just have to do what works for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, number 11?
11, yeah. Oh, is that me?
I don't know. Is it? Are you odds? Why can't I figure this out?
No, here, I'll go.
Okay.
I think you said learn how to say no.
Okay.
Go. You guys are laughing at us, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. Odds 11, and evens.
11. Go to college, have roommates, and have fun. But get good grades. A degree is security and will take you places.
Amen.
Amen.
I had to put this one in there for so many reasons because Lauren and I met at college.
Yep, we did.
Can you even imagine our lives without that experience?
Oh, no.
And meeting each other.
Oh, totally. No, it's life altering. Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's funny because I do think that like the college experience, the whole like degree and things, it's like, what's the word? Like it's not drifting away, but it's like phasing out in a weird way. In some ways.
It's going more remote learning, kind of. Like they're not living on campus.
Yes, and I feel like people aren't prioritizing the college degrees and the education like kind of they once did. I feel like when I was growing up, it was just like you go to college.
Oh yeah, it's a rite of passage.
Yes, it's like you're 18. That's what you're doing. Where are you going? Where'd you apply? Like all the things. And I've learned that's not everyone's experience, but I just think it's such a vital, like you said, experience, rite of passage. It's an American experience. Like you get to learn how to be social. You get to how to be independent and financially independent.
Totally.
You get to learn how to juggle and manage school and fun and jobs. I mean, I just think it's like, it's the true training of being an adult.
Crazy and fun and all the things.
And there's nothing like being in a school spirit and a football game and going on dates every weekend.
I hope we don't lose that.
I know. I hope so.
I
hope we don't either.
Because it like is so amazing.
It was a fun experience.
Literally the best time of my life.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
and we just didn't realize again how good we had it. How carefree and fun. Even though it was so busy and stressful, it was just such an exciting time.
It's so true. And then the second part of that is, I mean, yes, I totally agree. College is not for everybody, but I am going to preach hard to my daughter. Get some sort of education, skill, trade, something they can do to take care of themselves. Like, because who knows what the future brings? Like, hopefully it's not divorce or being a widow or whatever. Like, who knows? But like, just to have that security to be able to take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
And to have that option to leave should you need to. I know that sounds horrible, but like, I feel tragically sorry for some women who feel like they're stuck in marriages.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because of that reason.
Yeah. And so I always want my daughter to have an out if she's ever in like a abusive or like terrible toxic relationship.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yep, 100%.
Okay, number 12. I don't care what you've done, call me and I'll help you.
Even bury a dead body with you.
And I was going to say, I feel like my mom, Dixie, if you're out there, I love you to death. I feel like I could call her and tell her where the body's at, and she would come help me move it. I do.
She would make a few phone calls.
She'd get out there.
She'd get right out there.
I'm totally, she wouldn't. She'd hire it out. No, I'm totally kidding. But no, I would never. But like, I do feel like throughout my whole life, she's had an open door policy, and she was definitely a mother and came down on me when I needed it, which was rare because I was just a good child.
Right.
But like, I can remember, for example, the very first kiss I had, I was so excited to go tell my mom. And I jumped in bed with her
so much.
I jumped in bed with her. She probably doesn't even remember it, but it's
of course she does.
Seared in my brain. And I can remember being like, Mom, I just had my first kiss. And she was excited for me. And like,
I love that so much. I do. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm serious.
I agree. I mean, being able to have that. And it's kind of like what we talked about 2 weeks ago with the unconditional love.
Yes.
Knowing that no matter what, if you're calling with a mistake or a problem or I failed out of school or whatever, or broken engagement, I can think at that time when I had to go literally knock on their door, just so sad and devastated, and they just, scooped me up.
Yes.
And so I no, absolutely. It's the unconditional love of just like, no matter what you do, good and bad, I'm going to be there for you and I'm going to help you and I'm going to love you for it.
You might get reprimanded tomorrow.
Yes.
But I'll be there for you tonight.
Amen. Totally.
Yeah, totally. Okay, what's the next one?
Oh, yes. Be confident, but not conceited.
Oh my gosh. I love this. This was one you added.
Yes, I love this too. I mean, and speaking of my parents, like my mom and dad, we are 5 girls. I'm one of 5 girls, so I didn't have any brothers.
How did they do that?
I know. And it's crazy because we really did all come out like normal, social, high functioning adults, which everyone can't say, right? You always have that one.
That's true.
And I would keep being like, which one's going to be the one? They probably point to me, to be honest.
Shut up.
But no, but we've all like turned out really happy and successful in our own ways. And I think,
but you do all have a very healthy confidence level.
And I would agree that like
but then you're humble at the same time.
Well, thank you.
No, I do feel like
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so humble. No, I do think like all of my sisters, none of us ever had like a weird complex. We all did feel very confident and comfortable in our own skin, no matter like what that was, what phase of life that was. If it was high school or a newlywed or a pregnant woman, like we've all just kind of like felt positive and confident in ourselves. And I mean, I have to allude, that's my parents, influence on us that we always, and I get what you're saying. Like we were never overly confident or conceited or full of ourselves.
No.
We just always just...
You stay in your lane.
Stay in our lane and try
healthy...
to treat others well, but still knowing like we're capable and turned out really happy and successful.
Pinpoint anything that they necessarily did?
No, it's funny because like I can't think of many times where it was like a speech of like, you've got this, go do it, you can do it. No, but like, I don't know if it's also us feeding off of each other and all just seeing each other succeed in different ways or different challenges that we've been through. But yeah, like I am really proud of all my sisters and my family unit that, we've all been able to manage really happy lives. Yeah. And not everyone can say that. I mean, I feel like there always is like, some siblings that have hard times or hard choices or bad choices. And, all my sisters have really made really beautiful families and good choices through their lives.
Yeah. And I do feel like so much in life goes back to having just a good, healthy self-confidence level.
Yes.
Like, and that's seriously such a top thing that I want my daughter to have,
especially for girls.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like if I could, if one quality I could just instill in her right this moment, it'd be confidence. Because there's gonna be so many hard times where you feel weird and insecure in your clothes or your prom dress, or boys teasing you, or you're getting turned down for something. Like there's just those moments, but you just have to be able to know, like, you got it, you can do it, I can try again, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And confidence is so crucial.
And not let it get you down.
And these little girls.
Totally.
Yeah.
Number 14, always have something that's just for you. Maybe it's writing, music, crafting, but something super awesome, and make sure you make time for it. I think this is super important, especially as you get older and as you become a mom, that, like we've said so many times on the podcast, you just get lost in the grind.
Oh my gosh, right.
Your tank gets really low and you don't have anything that's just for you necessarily. Yeah. In a weird way, that's why I started the podcast.
Yeah.
It really is.
A passion, a hobby.
I kind of like lassoed you in my web
but
here.
No, but this is like you're making a dream come true.
No, but
that is so cool.
It really was like a bucket list item and something I'd always wanted to do. And I just found myself like deep in the grind and the work, and I had no creative outlet at all.
Yeah.
And I've had to explain it more than one time to my husband because he doesn't understand how he thinks I have a very full plate as it is, which I do.
Yeah, you do.
And he's like, why are you adding on top of it?
Right.
Why are you doing the podcast? That's a weekly commitment. When he's trying to fix it, right? When I just have my moments, I'm like, but I need it. Yeah, I know, but it's like it's mine and it's my outlet and I do it with Lauren. And dare I say, Disney is that way for you?
Well, I mean, absolutely.
Would you say?
Yeah, over the years. I mean, being able to work and have that little experience and dream there. But then it's just such a happy place for me, like a happy memory, a happy experience. It's something I share with my kids too. It's a hard one. It can be expensive. And my husband doesn't get it either. But
you fight hard for it to this day.
Yeah, I do. And it's like, I mean, gosh, it's tragic. It's still closed right now, Disneyland, and but it will always be a part of my life. And I know people don't get that. They don't understand that. They're like, it's a theme park, lady, but it's like something more to that for me. And again, my working experience, being a cast member there, I don't know. It's
but I get it now because you guys, when our babies were little, Lauren introduced me to Disney.
I did.
For pretty much the first time.
I lassoed her right in, and I said, "We're road tripping right over there."
Oh my gosh, the irony. Stop right now. You're so
totally
right.
Did.
Like every 4 months, she was like, we're getting the hell out of here. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
But we had passes. And
it was like a magical year, though, that we did that year or two.
I remember moments, like literally watching the fireworks with baby Kate at like 6 months old.
It was so
literal
fun.
Tears rolling down my eyes. Because I'm literally just like, how did I get here? And I have this beautiful baby and I'm at Disneyland and like all the things. And so
how did it take so long for you to get there? I was like, this is too many years too late.
So I get it.
But giving that to your kids and like just those like memories and the magic and the stories at Disneyland, it's just something like.
But see, I totally disagree. It's not even for my kids. Those years were not even for my kids.
Right. Those were our
totally
years.
for me.
Those were our years.
Yes.
But now getting to take them, and they're of ages that they get it and they get what's going on and they see just all the things come alive. It's so exciting.
It is.
Oh gosh, that just made me so depressed. It's still closed and it's been so long.
We hate you, COVID.
Oh jeez.
What's number 15?
Number 15. Always use the toilet seat covers.
And this
now more than ever.
This goes right along with never take out of the communal chip bowl. Do you know what I mean by that?
Wait, what do you mean? Like at a party?
Yes.
Wait, you don't have chips at a party?
That's a big no-no, Lauren.
Wait, what does that mean? Like double dip into like the salsa, or you don't eat chips?
It means there's lots of grubby, nasty hands digging in that cheap
Wait, but
chip
what
bowl.
what chip bowl is grubby and gross? When you come over to my house for bachelor night?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get the chips if I'm not one of the first people there.
Shut up.
Dead serious.
I
you
do
don't
not
know this about me?
you?
Oh my
no.
gosh. Yes.
Like if it was like a office party and there was a bunch of a bunch of strangers, absolutely don't eat the chips. But that is funny. Like if you're at like a social outing or a party.
If I show up late and I'm not one of the first people in line, absolutely. I'm not getting that, or I'll dig deep.
So there's a circle platter of chips and salsa. You will not pick off the chips.
Not if I'm not one of the first people.
Whoa,
because
guys, I just
disgusting.
learned something new about Sarah. I did not know that.
It's the same concept of if you have to get ice and there's nothing to get ice with,
Scoop
and you've
it.
seen people doing it with their hands. Are you going to get that ice? No.
It depends how thirsty I am. I honestly.
Oh, I'm not.
Sarah is like, heck no. Maybe COVID will change my views on this. I don't know.
There's multiple like germ things I can spout off
that
right
is
now.
funny. I did not know the chip bowl thing.
Oh yeah. Totally.
15 years later, I learned
it's one of my
chips.
weird
I'm going to bring her bags of chips, you guys, so she doesn't have to share with nobody.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, number 16. Learn how to cook healthy foods. I never did, and we both know how that turned out.
Yeah, totally. Right? No, that's funny because I will say that's one thing like my mom never really did teach me. Like we weren't like ever in the kitchen with her. She wasn't like a heavy like cook. We'd have lots of sit down dinners, but like as I think back to them, they're
casseroles.
The casserole dishes, the home cooked
the
stuff.
90s. Yeah.
Right. And totally just not what we should be eating probably. And so I've had to try to figure that out, and I'm feeling miserably too.
Oh my gosh.
George is like my saving grace in the kitchen half the time. He's really helpful. And
same.
Oh,
Jeremy,
like it's bad.
Jeremy definitely carries the weight with our family as far as cooking the meals. But yeah, I want her to go to college knowing how to cook good.
Yeah, and at least
knowing
have
how
like
to shop.
have like 10 core like menu items that she can make that are really good, healthy, quick options for her. I know. I would love to instill that in her too.
Totally. Okay, 17.
Be a princess, but not the kind that can't save herself.
Yeah.
This makes me think of that scene in Wreck-It Ralph when they're all like together and it's that little, what's her name? That
I've never seen it.
weird little brunette girl, and walks into the room of the princesses, and they talk about, are you a princess? And it's like the list of things of what did a big strong man have to come in and save you, which Wreck-It Ralph saves her, and she says yes, and they're like, she is a princess.
Aww.
And it was funny because but that's so true. A princess doesn't need to always be saved.
Right.
And you can be your own self and do your own thing and be strong and independent yourself, but still just have the class and the grace and the beauty of a princess.
And that's what I was going to say. What I want my Kate to know is that she can be as feminist as she wants to be, but then she can also have the door opened for her. And she can also have the seat pulled out for her and be treated like a lady. And
yes,
I think
and expect that, to be honest, because that's gradually going away, and they need to expect, to hold the door open and, let ladies first and all the things, because those are just important things for us women to have.
Be a princess. Okay, number 18, work to live. Don't live to work.
Mm-hmm.
I put this one in because I feel like many years in my life I have lived for working, and I really have to make like a conscious effort to flip it and like have work-life balance. And I've said this before, that I always think it's really interesting that I surrounded myself with you and Jeremy, because both of you have such a healthy view on life, whereas like me and the family that I come from, we're all just like workhorses. We all do. We just love to work, and like we work, but we never take the time to like actually stop and enjoy it. You know what I mean? But my husband's so good at stepping in and like making it fun.
Well, and it's kind of the work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we hope our daughters can choose career paths and work and have the opportunity to work, and some may not.
Or maybe
they may
not. Maybe they
may
choose
stay
not to.
home, and they may have that privilege too, which is great. But being able to, absolutely have the opportunity, be able to work hard, but have that work balance, and even with their spouse.
Yeah.
If they're not the ones working, have their husbands be able to have a balance, because it just makes for such a happier life.
Well, yeah, and don't be if you are in that situation where you are the stay-at-home mom, don't be the one who's like push.
Yeah.
Where they're just like,
I want more.
Yeah, I want more.
Yeah. I mean, you have to find the content point of when this is enough and we just need to, now enjoy it.
Now it's time to live.
Yes.
Totally.
And, oh gosh,
we're not
so
promised
crucial.
tomorrow, Lauren.
I know. It's
if
funny.
COVID's taught us anything.
I know. Really ironically, George literally was saying this yesterday. He's like, isn't it crazy when you just think about it? So many hours of your week and your day is working.
Oh, totally.
And it's like, he's like, it's sometimes depressing how much you work and like what little enjoyment you can get out of things. And I'm like, I know. And it really can be daunting sometimes, and long days and stressful times, but just trying to find that outlet of fun and with the kids and everything will be so good.
Okay, I'm already lost. Do I go next or do you?
No, me. The bad stuff is only temporary.
This is number 19.
19. The bad stuff is only temporary. And we thought this in lines right with what's going on right now in our lives. I mean, if there's any time, more than any, that we think we're all having a bad time. I mean, we all fluctuate in kind of like our crisis and our loss and our hard times. But as a nation, as a world, as a whole right now, we can all say this is a bad time. And it's hard. And it's really hard in a lot of ways, emotionally, financially, and physically, if you're actually getting sick out there. So I think this is just like a reminder to be like, these hard times will pass. You can get through them. Just try to look for the light at the end of the tunnel, because it can be hard.
Totally. And I think when I look back on my life, my teen years, I've talked about it on the podcast. Like I had depression, some anxiety, stuff like that. I can remember being 14 and just feeling so just dread, just like, this is it. This is my life. It's going to be like this forever. I'm never going to feel good. I'm always going to be like, it feels so final when you're in those bad moments. Like think about when you had your breakup or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like
absolutely.
it does just feel so hopeless.
Well, and I would even dare say, I feel a lot of that some days right now.
Totally.
Where I'm like,
totally.
is this ever going to end?
But
This
when
is
you're
like
a
daunting.
teenager, you can't justify it like that.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you have no
yeah.
perspective.
Right.
And so I can just remember being that teenage girl where I had my first weight gain ever.
Yes.
I was like in that weird transition of looks and the hair. There was no straightener yet. I had this frizzy weird hair.
Right.
Like all the braces, and just feeling like, God, this sucks. And yeah, just having the perspective that even if my daughter is having like a bad high school experience, the perspective that it's only 4 years out of your
this
life.
is like a glitch in time.
is.
It's like nothing.
Like
Yes.
it feels like everything right now.
at the time. Yeah,
But
it
it's
really
not.
does.
It's
Yeah.
really not.
And even when they're like in their 20s and they're like, will I ever meet the right guy? I'm never going to get married.
Right.
You're like 22. It's like, girl, no, you have the rest of your life to be married. Like,
Yes.
go enjoy yourself, have fun, experience. You just have to, it is. And it's hard to put that perspective in them when it's a hard time.
But I'm going to try really hard to give her that perspective that the bad moments, they come, but they do pass.
Yes.
And like I said, when I graduated college and everybody was leaving me, that was a bad moment. I felt like I'm all
sure.
alone, and now I'm starting this corporate job. And then I went on to travel every single week, and I was lonely for a while. And yeah, I just want her to always have that healthy perspective on things.
Yeah. Yeah, love that.
Okay, the very last one, number 20, is treat your body well. You're only given one.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this past year, I'm starting to learn that more than ever, because I feel like I'm starting to kind of feel the shift of aging, if that makes sense, where, I don't know, things are just sagging a little harder.
And it just might not ever be the way it was.
Same.
Yeah, I know. And it is. It's like sad. It's a weird transition
It
time.
is.
But for her too, like, I think when they're in their teens and in their 20s, they think, oh, I want to fix this or change this, or I'm going to do this diet. And it's kind of the skin thing. They just don't realize how good they have it and how
Right.
capable they are. And that their body is just, it's a body. It's a body
Right.
to keep you, active and to do things. And, being active is so important, and exercising and like using that ability, because you just never know. I mean,
No.
it's just
And-
appreciate
and
what it does for you.
Maybe think twice about tattoos. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Definitely think twice.
Be nice to your body. You might not want that tattoo in 20 years.
Oh,
Right?
no.
But no, I feel like the age that we grew up in, it was very unattainable bodies. You know what I mean?
It was all about
like,
skinny and
we
tiny.
were horrible to ourselves, trying to be skinny.
So hard on ourselves.
Like,
totally.
oh my gosh, you guys, if you only knew. Go listen to our weight loss episode.
Yeah, right. We break it all down.
Oh my gosh.
No, but absolutely. And I think in today's society, curves and every shape and every size, and wear that bathing suit and feel good, and it doesn't matter. And so they're lucky that they have that kind of voice out there already, and that they can just feel good about themselves.
Do we thank the Kardashians for that or no?
I don't know. No, we can't thank them
Because you
for
have
that.
to say that's where the whole thing started.
Yes.
You have to.
Yeah, just like the curves in the butt and all
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess. Yes, that's true, probably.
Well, that's our list, you guys. That's our 20 things.
yeah,
that we
that's our
want to
20
teach
things.
Our daughters.
Man, that was more of like a self-exploration than anything. But yeah.
Well, it's how we came to
Exactly.
that list.
Our daughters will reap the rewards of all those experiences.
All those mistakes we've
and
made.
all those crazy times. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I love
stop.
it though.
Yeah. Get on Instagram. Tell us what you want to teach your daughter.
Yeah.
We'd be curious
Oh gosh,
to know.
there's so many more that I'm
There's
sure we
so
missed.
many.
So
Okay. And I promise I'm never bringing my ex up again.
Oh, stop. I was teasing you.
Ever.
Stop it.
Okay. Let's do our hits and misses. What's your hit?
Well, actually, I went off of what we were talking about. I swam with the kids today, guys. I got my hair wet.
Oh, that's major.
Did we talk about this at any point? I can't remember. I didn't know if I had said this before, but it's funny. I got in the pool and I taught them a game that I used to play when I was a kid. And then we played sharks and minnows, and two of my kids were begging me to get my hair wet. And I'm like, really, is it that important to them? But you know what? Like a love language, it's what would that fall under? That would probably fall under quality time.
Yeah, quality time.
An act of service, because I'm going to get my hair wet for you, child.
Amen.
And I got all the way in and I swam around. I even wore goggles. They just thought, like, who is this lady? Wow.
Aw.
And no, it was fun.
Well,
Thanks.
I know my kids love it when I get my hair wet too.
They just think
so
it's like,
funny.
wow, mom's committed.
Yeah,
finally.
she's all in.
Yeah,
literally. Okay, well, my hit is I'm going to share a product with you. You already know about this. I shared it with you in Utah, but I have been using this acne gel from Target. It's called Differin. And if you are having any spontaneous breakouts or anything like that, I really do feel like it works. You have to be consistent with it, but you put it on right after you wash your face and you just do a light layer. It's called Differin, and you find it in the skincare aisle at Target.
But I do think you need to emphasize you have to kind of adjust to it. Like you can't do it every day at the beginning. Remember? It's like you have to do it like every few days because it can be
drying.
Like, yeah, it can dry you out real quick.
Yes, you're right.
Transition into it every few days and then you can get more consistent.
Yes, that's right. The reason I'm testifying to it right now is because over the past week, it has been legit like 115 here in Phoenix. And this is disgusting, but I've had major boob sweat between the boobs. I've gotten acne. Is that not disgusting?
You're telling me you're sweating between your boobs and it's causing acne on your boobs?
Yes. Have you ever had that?
No.
I have like not. tiny little breakouts, but the Differin fixed it. That's why I'm testifying to it.
Oh,
it fixed it. Differin took it away.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
I did it 2 nights.
Oh, definitely boob sweat and back sweat and even like lower back sweat in the car. Oh my gosh. It's all the worst.
You're looking at me like that's never ever happened to anybody.
What? Sweat?
Having like little breakouts on your chest.
Well, on your chest or between your boobs?
Like both.
I've had a blemish or two on my chest, like on my like whatever.
Do I need to take my top off now and show you?
But between my boobs, actually, I've never had a breakout there. That's interesting.
Okay, well, please tell me I'm not alone out there, guys. But if you need any help in that regard, the Differin fixed it.
Good.
But I guess you're right. You need to wake up, or you need to work your way up to it. Yes. You're right. Yeah, it is really drying. And don't put it in like the creases of your nose or next to your mouth.
Yes, my mouth area. Oh, you put anything there, I'm like fried for a week.
Stay away from your eyes and stuff like that. Okay, what was your miss?
My miss. So at my house, we have something called irrigation. And irrigation in Arizona is like a watering system for the yard that they pretty much flood your yard every other week in the summer. And so it's a lot of water. It's like literally flooding the yard.
Yeah, it's just standing water on your
standing
grass.
Water. Yeah. So it floods out. They give you an assigned time to open like your little pipe. It comes out. It's there. In this heat right now, like it probably evaporates in like 36 hours, 48 hours or so. So anyways, irrigation with a dog is interesting, you guys.
Oh no.
It's just
what is Gus doing?
No, well, Gus loves to play in it the first like 4 or 5 hours. And it's great because it keeps him cool and stuff. But you guys, I mean, think of water in your yard. I mean, it's kind of a muddy mess. And then you have a dog running around in it. And then he wants to come inside.
Oh gosh.
And he's wet and he's got muddy paws. And it's like, dude, and then it's hot, so I do feel bad. Like he needs to come in the afternoons, like this week, because it's been super hot.
So are you having to mop every single day?
It's just like an ordeal.
Oh,
it's just
that's
like
a
one more
beating.
thing. Yeah, it's just like one more thing, and I'm just over it this week.
Let's have a Gus update. How are we feeling about Gus right now?
Gus is fine. It's like it's hot right now, so we had a really good system. I'm gonna be fast. Really good system in the laundry room going with a doggy gate, like a gate and the doggy door. So if he did have to come inside and I didn't want to deal with him per se, he could go in that area and be inside because it's hot right now. Like our afternoons are really hot. So, but then the gate broke and we have to get a new gate. So I've just had to kind of let him in and he can really roam the house, you guys. I think, like I said, 99% of the time, I do think he is potty trained. But when the gate broke, he got out and he went to the one spot he's pooped in my house before and he pooped there. There's like a thing with like how it's like they know they pooped there.
They marked their territory.
They mark it and so they think they can poop there.
Shut up.
So now I'm like paranoid if he like runs loose and he goes, I'll just say it's Evelyn's room. So if I'm afraid if he gets up there, like he's going to poop inside. So I have to be like aware of him when he's inside, which is so just annoying. And then there's other times where he's fine. But it's hot right now. The kids don't want to walk him. He'll come and chase us around the pool and he can cool down. And
is he sleeping with any of your children yet?
Not yet.
No.
Like that's the thing. I don't feel like, will he get up and go down to the doggy door to go potty? I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
Yeah.
But, and he's not even a year old yet. He's almost a year.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's not even 1 yet. He's truly still a puppy, I guess. But
he's massive.
I know. He's probably full grown now. But
oh my gosh.
No, he's a good dog. Like, again, if I have to have a dog, like, he's a good dog. He is pretty sweet and endearing. And yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good. You guys, it's quarantine. I've had 4 kids around me 24/7 for 6 months with a dog now. and
my
it's
life.
hot and it's 112 degrees. So it's just like it is what it is right now.
I love that. All right. Well, my miss, I'm not sure if I've said it on here, but it is definitely a miss of great proportions for me personally, is I've gone weeks now without making my bed.
So unlike you.
It's so unlike me. I'm
Who
not kidding.
are you anymore?
Every single day of my life since I was like 16 years old, I've gotten up and made my bed in the morning. And I feel like it just sets my day off on the right note.
Yeah.
But like, man, things are wheels off right now. My husband and I were both sleeping in later. And it's like the minute we get up, it's like go time, go. We're getting out the door. And I don't know. I feel like half the time we're hanging in the bed because we're at home and it's just one more place to sit, you know?
Right. It's
and so
comfortable.
what's the point? They end up on the floor anyway, the pillows.
Yeah,
And
totally.
so I just totally have given up. And I'm just like, what is my life right now? I was sitting there prepping for the episode on my unmade bed today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is life? It's 3 p.m. in the afternoon and my bed is a freaking mess.
No,
and dare I say there's cracker crumbs in my bed right now
in
from
it.
my son.
Oh no, that's the worst. When the crumbs get in the bed from whoever.
Oh,
the
it's
children.
like the daily right now.
I know.
With my Luke.
No, the bed. I know. Again, that's just telling to what this time is like in our lives. It's just like weird. You guys go do your COVID capsule, because I think we all thought when I talked about it like 2 months ago, oh, we're wrapping up. We don't need to do this. But we're still here.
And we're going to be
still
here
in it.
for a while.
And we're going to be here. So
FYI.
it's a great time to start your COVID capsule, because you don't want to forget these crazy times.
Yes, and if you're just listening for the first time and you don't know what she's talking about, go on Instagram and on our story highlights under the coronavirus tab.
Oh, yeah, good.
You can
added it on there.
see
Cool.
You can see Lauren's coronavirus.
I should share
capsule.
the PDF. I don't know. I need to find out where it's from and if I'm allowed to do that. But I'm sure also if you Pinterest, there's probably a bunch out there.
Totally.
But it's a great tool just to like document this wild time.
The wild ride we're on called motherhood. Oh my God.
Motherhood with a mask.
Oh, kill me. Don't kill me. No, wrong verb. Wrong thing. Okay, guys. Well, that'll do us for this episode. We are so happy you're here, and we're super grateful for every single listen. So if you did enjoy the show, please run over and give us a rating and a review. And go say hey to us on Instagram at...
Yes, the Mom Boys Podcast.
We are back every Monday and sometimes more throughout the week.
Yeah, we're going to try.
You never know when we might drop
You
in
never
your,
know when
your,
we'll
your
just,
feed there.
Peekaboo.
That's right. But we hope you guys all stay safe, stay well, and that you're all surviving. We are right there with you on the struggle bus, and we know how hard and how long the days are. So we feel you, and we'll be here. We're going to be here to make you laugh as much as we can.
We hope so. Take care of each other.
All right. Bye-bye.